Roundup, or glyphosate, is a weed control product put out by Monsanto. It is a proven neurotoxin and endocrine disruptor that has been found by the United States Geological Survey in the rainwater, air, streams, and river basins. In fact, it is found nearly everywhere, since more than 1 million tons of it are sprayed worldwide every year. The degradation product of glyphosate, aminomethylphosphonic acid, lasts very long and is toxic to liver and kidneys and causes problems in fertility and fetal development. Roundup is banned in many European nations. Can you comment on its use, and how would you address this chemical when most of USA's farmers are on a program of using Monsanto's Roundup Ready seeds and weed-killing chemicals?
This is a classic case of where the private sector has created far more problems than it has ever solved, and can't possibly solve this problem either. This isn't something you just clean up. These chemicals are now ubiquitous, like Roundup, on the entire planet. You don't just clean them up. Once you poison the place, the poison goes everywhere. It's now in us and our children. It's going to take generations if we stop doing it. But right now, neither Romney nor Obama have any intention of changing any of this. It's going to be business as usual unless the majority of citizens take charge of this federal government with that Article 5 Constitutional Convention to pass that democracy amendment. If we don't get that done, the rest of this is just all talk.
JL?
Yes, well, as Harry said, the damage is done. It's we've got the chemicals floating around the world, the globe. We're dealing with it as we can, which is actually nothing. No one's doing anything. The companies that are responsible for this need to be held accountable, from the CEOs all the way down to the shareholders, for fraud and for the perpetuation of the fraud. Stripped of their livelihood to pay for the damages they've done to people. I mean, we might as well go all the way.
They don't have enough money is the problem.
Yeah, I know. But
not even close. They just go bankrupt and go out of existence and leave the mess with everyone else. That's the way the free market works. Poison people and then go out of business when they come after you.
Yeah, that's why.
What a great system. That's
why seizing their money is the way to go. And they're responsible for the crimes they've committed. They know they've done it.
Oh, okay.
But this needs to end. We can't continue poisoning. And most of the farmers, by the way, are the large corporate farms. It's not mom and pop.
Do you think they know what they're doing?
The larger corporate farms, yes, I believe they do. Because they have scientists, they have everybody on board that knows what the damage is that they create with the chemicals that they're using. They do, their own research on this.
And Santa, do you want to talk about Roundup?
Yeah, I think we have to move from the reactive mode to the proactive mode. We've been reacting to all these things. And even with respect to Roundup, Monsanto's admitted their problems with it, so now they've created another chemical to abate some of what Roundup has been doing, and they're going to have to create another chemical to deal with the newest chemical. Sort of like medicine, if you start on one drug, there's side effects, etc., and often you wind up taking additional drugs to correct those, and more drugs to correct what those drugs are doing. And we see it in banking, we see it in all these other fields. This government really has to impose accountability, and we haven't done that. We keep seeing bankers get away with stuff. We see Monsanto getting away with things. We see the educational system getting away with questionable practices. And it's a good opportunity, I think, and an appropriate opportunity for the federal government to step in with, they did a pretty good job with the National Institutes of Health, for instance, where they serve as a database for other researchers. The researchers aren't really paying for that material, but they're allowed access to it. Any material research that's been funded with taxpayer dollars, and we can do that in a lot of different fields, including the chemical industry field.
Well, it sounds to me like before any of this will ever occur, we need to get out of our red-blue state mold and
yes, we do. That's why rightindependent.org is very important.
Yeah, we need to have a new president,